Get it on, man. Got to get it on. Charlotte McKinney back in the studio. Good to see you, my dear.
You too.
I will take the mic and just make sure you angle it toward me and lean into it. It'll be easier. Charlotte, I would say, first came into prominence with the Super Bowl commercial, right?
Yes.
Carl's Jr., which I just looked up, and quite a coincidence, but it was the Patriots versus the Seahawks.
Oh, okay.
That was your Super Bowl coming out party, and now here we are.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah,
not that I know anything about either teams, but...
Yeah, no, I get it. It was just a weird coinkydink that as I was looking it up, that was the Super Bowl, and here we go.
So funny.
Again, so for you, that's the big breakout. I mean, a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, and I came on, when I was doing press, I came on your show.
Yes.
I was like looking it up, trying to find stuff. I found like one clip, but it was a while ago.
So then that opens the door to Baywatch and features and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And now stand up.
Yeah.
Which you've been doing for about 5 years.
3. I think that's wrong. Yeah.
3 years.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a baby with it.
Yeah, I think it's best to round down with stand-up.
I'm rounding down. It maybe is 5, but I'm like a solid 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I saw you. I actually saw TMZ caught up to you at LAX. I think was asking you
so embarrassing.
about that.
So cringy.
Well, you must have to think about it because when you step out of the airplane and you're walking through LAX, TMZ guys will pop out on you, right?
Not usually. This was like a weird incident. I used to get that, and then it kind of like comes in waves, and so I was caught off guard. I haven't had one of those guys in a while.
The weirdest.
So weird.
Well, the weird part, I haven't told this story in a million years, but the weird part is a million years ago, and you guys can look it up. A million years ago, Jimmy took me on my birthday to see Sex and the City Part 2, the movie.
Okay.
And it was now, how did this come about, you may ask?
Yeah.
Because I...
Going to the theater to see it, too.
To the theater and made a whole thing out of it.
Okay.
Right? And it was Sex and the City, the movie, I think the Part 2 must have come out. It had to be 15 years ago now. It sounds insane, but it was a long time ago.
Okay.
And I was watching TV with my ex-wife, and the commercial came out for Sex and the City 2. And it was like a thing. And I like that. I like the show. I watch that show.
Okay.
I'm fine with it. But it said coming to theaters May 27th. And that's my birthday. So I jokingly said out loud, well, I guess we know how we're celebrating my birthday, as a joke.
Yeah.
Because I would prefer to go out to dinner for my birthday.
Yeah.
I will even, if my birthday's on a Wednesday, I'll say, just save it. We'll go out Saturday for dinner. You know what I mean? But, and what year did that movie come out? So I make the jokey announcement and think nothing of it and then go to bed.
Great.
My ex-wife tells Jimmy, this is how Adam wants to celebrate his birthday.
So funny.
Jimmy says, if that's how he wants to celebrate his birthday, then that's how we're going to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I don't pay that much attention to my birthday. I don't really care. It's not a big deal. And we can, if you want to go out to dinner over the weekend, that's what we'll do. But other than that, I don't need parties or presents or anything.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it's like day of. And my wife goes, I go, oh, what are we going to do tonight? Get some dinner or something? She goes, no, we're going out with Jimmy to go see Sex and the City. I go, what?
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, everyone's coming. I go, well, why are we doing that? That's what you wanted to do. I go, I was making a joke like a month ago. That's not, I don't want to go see, I don't want Jimmy to have to see Sex and the City in the theater. So he goes, I go, well, it's on.
Yeah.
And everyone's coming. And Jimmy's gonna finish his show, and they like wrap at 6:00. We got a 7:00 showing, or we're going out to dinner. then we're going to go like the 9 o'clock show or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
All right.
So then we get to the theater, and I'm apologizing to everyone who doesn't really want to see that movie. Yeah. This is not an edict. This wasn't my mandate. Yeah. I was joking.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be there. And so somebody had edibles.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, we should all get high then if we're going to go do this.
Yeah.
And then I got high, and then it was much better.
There we go. Okay.
But then Jimmy and I walked out of the theater. These are the two guys who hosted the Man Show, and there was a TMZ guy there, and he goes, what movie did you two from the Man Show see? And we were like, I'm never going to be able to explain this. So I ended up, I'll show you the clip. But what year? 2010. Sorry, 2010. Okay. And this is me and Jimmy 16 years ago coming out of the movie theater.
Wow.
With TMZ. Sorry, we'll fix this.
In the city.
Go back. Sorry.
Hey, Jimmy. I was going to ask you, how was Sex in the City?
Awesome.
Awesome?
The first one was great, but the second one was great.
Oh, yeah. I thought you guys were going to go see Kick-Ass or something like that.
No way.
No? Sex in the City, huh?
Sarah Jessica Parker and Kick-Ass?
No.
Well, then, no can't do. Sarah Jessica Parker movie.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
So it's great, huh?
Probably.
Wow.
It exceeded expectations.
Okay. Yeah. Wouldn't expect it from you guys.
No. We always see these movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Right on.
You walk into something well.
Yeah. How was Sex in the City? Did you like it?
Listen, can't a couple of guys have a gay experience together without being questioned?
We're so lucky we're in our refractory period. Otherwise, we'd be up your arse.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, anyway. So I remember being high, leaving the stupid theater and being ambushed. But the thing that was funny is I watched TMZ the next day.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, it's going to be so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And the guy pitched it, and he said, Jimmy and Adam from the Man Show were watching Sex and the City. And they all started laughing at the guy, going, get out of here. They were screwing with you, you idiot.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And I was sitting home going, no,
we sat through it.
Yeah, so they pop out of the bushes and they get to you.
They'll get you.
And stand up for you.
Yeah.
First off, why? I mean, what made you think of it? Because it's a pretty, it's a commitment.
Of course, yeah. And I feel like people think I'm like, oh, I'll just go do it, and like I'm working really hard at it. I'm really taking it seriously. But I always did like comedic acting roles, and I always just was really drawn to that. And then David Spade had this show on Comedy Central called Lights Out, and it was. Basically, they had this section where they put like regular like people or celebrities on stage with like a ear rig kind of thing.
Oh, like a IFB.
Yeah. So I went on this episode and I did it. It was pretty scary. It was in the belly room. This was
the belly room at the Comedy Store.
Yeah. So I was scared shitless, but then I did it and I got really into it and I started kind of like, I had a really fun time with it. And
right. So they're feeding you.
Yeah. Him and Whitney Cummings were feeding me what to say.
Yeah. Now, when I did the Man Show, we had a kid called the Man Show Boy, and we'd send him out and go harass people, and he had an earpiece in.
I love that.
And we would feed him
I think
lines.
That's so fun.
It was funny. Everyone loved Man Show Boy, and it can be done.
Yeah.
So do you go out on stage with no notion of what you're going to say?
No, with this?
Yeah, I don't mean when you say
I was like,
I don't mean in general.
I was like, whoa.
You have no thoughts in your head.
No thoughts whatsoever.
No, you have.
They gave me no heads up. I didn't get to read anything.
So you're going to just, and the audience doesn't know what's going on?
No
All
idea.
Right, so you're just going to, and how much time are you doing?
I think I did maybe like 5 or 6. So it was really quick, but no, it was fun. And then I kind of just, after that, I was like, why don't I just try it?
So you just walk out on stage and you will repeat everything they say.
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
I want to see that. Let's see.
I still use one of the jokes from this because they had a team of writers.
No, I get it. I get it.
And it was my first time on stage, and I'm like, I'm moving. So it was really scary to have your first time taped on Comedy
Central.
No,
I get it. It's nice. It's nice that all human beings are tortured by themselves, regardless of what kind of position they have in society. Like you think, oh, she's so beautiful and confident, and all the boys love her, and she's in the commercials, and this, that, and the other. But everybody's just, I don't want to say insecure, but nobody wants to see themselves or hear themselves.
I'm the most insecure person you'll ever meet. And that's what I'm dealing with is I really struggle with like confidence and self-confidence.
Well, why do you struggle with confidence and self-confidence?
I think just years of being in this industry and like being put down and shitty boyfriends and just bad. I don't know.
But so is it... You know, it's weird because I don't have that many God-given gifts, but I never had anxiety or insecurity per se.
Yeah.
But my look is not part of whatever I am in this industry. Yeah. So with women, if that's going to be a factor, and I think the aesthetic. Let's just see if we can break it down. What you look like will factor in. Certainly on the male side, George Clooney's good looking and he works because of that. But Danny DeVito works a lot too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, for the male side, it's nice, but it's kind of a plus. It's not really, you don't need to be there. And then women, there's people that are like, you know, Meryl Streep's attractive and gifted as an actress and works a lot. And then there's Kathy Bates, who's not as attractive but a gifted actress, and then there's other people that came out of the gate, Pam Anderson, and then now are turning into something else.
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
but for women, like the aesthetic, if you're leaning on it, I mean, you get the Carl's Jr. Super Bowl commercial because of the aesthetic.
Yeah,
then that's something you have to kind of contend with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for it because I always wanted to find a way to get into acting and comedy, and I was like, whatever, if using my looks and doing this Super Bowl ad is going to get me to that next phase, I'm grateful for it. But, I mean, it has its pros and its cons for sure.
I think everything sort of is built into that. Like, what I'm saying is if somebody gave you a $500,000 Ferrari to drive around, there would be pros and cons.
Yeah.
Like it's cool and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But you could go to the Home Depot and somebody could ding it with their truck door or something. Yeah. And then cops would be you'd have a little bit of a target on your back and some gangbangers could follow you home.
Totally.
Like everything kind of has that yin and that yang.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better to have the looks in the Ferrari, but it doesn't mean there's not stuff that comes with it.
Totally. Even the other night, I had a show and I just felt it was like a lot of couples, and I just felt the room just like the guys were afraid to laugh at me.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
they didn't want that. I don't know. Not that I'm saying that. I was probably just bombing, but I don't know. Sometimes I definitely feel it's harder to win them over. That's why I'm very self-deprecating at the start and like this and that, but it's definitely challenging in a weird way. And I don't want to be like boo-hoo me, but it's definitely something that
I would suggest this. I mean, to anyone listening and you as well.
Yeah.
And myself. I'm giving this to myself.
Okay.
It's just like, I think we get into thinking about what they want or trying to win them over.
Totally.
Or let's get them on our side. Or we have this... This place has a lot of Armenians in the audience, so you don't want to, whatever. And I think the remedy for that is just being fucking funny. And all like the great comedians that we've loved over the past never did the who's in the audience and how can I win them over. Like it can just be combated with I'm not, it's not a popularity contest. I'm not trying to make friends. I'm not doing a thing like, oh, single ladies, or guys. You know, it just like, let's just crush them with great jokes.
Totally.
And that'll win.
Exactly.
They'll always come along with you on that.
Yeah.
And I think in a weird way, people turn it into some sort of chess match that doesn't need
it makes it harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, like who are these people? and what do they want? You know, like if you do a corporate gig, which I will do on occasion, it's always like, who are these guys?
Yeah,
what are they
how do
selling?
I need to bring up their stuff?
Yeah, and it's more like just get up there with great material, and they'll go along with you on this, which is probably a better mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're doing open mics, you're doing features, you're doing middles. Like, what are you doing?
I am. I mean, I'm getting asked on shows, and I'm like proper shows and this and that. But like during the week, I'm hitting mics and go to 2, 3 in a night and just like figure stuff out. But I'm just in a place I'm really trying to just get better. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like my material. I'm like just like feel like growing pains with my whole set in this.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's hard as shit, and but I'm enjoying it. I'm super grateful.
It is one of the few, not one of the few, more than most, the 10,000 hour rule applies to stand up.
Totally.
And that applies to being a carpenter as well, although carpentry, you sort of incrementally kind of work your way through it, and at some point, 2 years in, you kind of know your way around, but you don't know everything. But stand-up is just, you just have to log time.
I know.
On stage.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. There's no substitute for it. That's all there is. It's just time.
I know. I'm like trying to get like 10 years and like I just want time. Like I just want time under my belt. I'm like doing these shows with like bigger people, and I'm like, fuck, like if I just had 7, 10 years or, you know, but I'm just putting the time in, and
it's good.
Yeah.
Was comedy always a thing for you growing up?
Yeah. Like my mom's Canadian, my dad's from the Bahamas, and I kind of have like a crazy 2 parents. And my mom was really funny growing up, and we always got kind of like poked fun at ourselves before anyone else would, and kind of just grew up on SNL and Mad TV, and just like even when I shouldn't have been watching it, was always watching those kind of things, and it was just a really big part of our life. So it was fun.
And were you not sort of taken seriously being the beautiful blonde in high school and that kind of stuff in terms of comedy or wanting to do comedy?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't think I'm taken seriously. That's what I'm working on.
Well, it's weird that you want to be taken seriously doing comedy, but
but I do.
I will say this about comedy.
Yeah.
There's a meritocracy to it, sort of like the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the NFL is pure, and it's great because you go, every person on the defensive side of the ball for Seattle's black. And they go, those are the best 11 guys.
Yeah.
No one says anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just go, well, those are the best guys.
Those are them.
And I feel with comedy, you know, women have come in all shapes and sizes with comedy, and colors this way, and every ethnicities, everything's this way. But ultimately, if you're funny, they'll let you be funny.
Yeah.
They won't go, oh, well, she's hot, so she can't. If you are funny, they'll just go, well, she's really good looking and she's funny.
Yeah.
And they'll kind of do it. Or they'll go, she's short and fat and funny. Like, it doesn't really matter. But eventually you will be out on the field because you're the best.
Exactly. And I think that's why I want to work so hard and get better, is so I can be like, people just respect me in that.
You
place.
are coming out in this David Spade Theo film, right?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
And that's you're David's girlfriend.
Yes.
In the movie. And that movie is shot in the can, edited.
Yeah, I got to see like a rough cut of it. It's hysterical.
And what's the genesis of that? Did they write that movie?
Yeah, the both of them wrote it. But just like Tim Dillon, Bobby Lee, all the like other like it's just such a funny
What's
group of
the
people.
premise of it?
It's these 2 guys who are trying to become waiters, but they're busboys, and their goal is to become waiters. And I basically, that's kind of the whole gist.
And are they looking for theaters or Netflix, or do we know where this is going to end up?
I think that's where we're at right now, is they're trying to figure out all the logistics of that. So. And
did they just sort of independently finance it?
They did, yeah.
So they just went and made a film.
They just went and made it so they could kind of like run it the way they wanted to run it, which is cool. I really respected that.
On like a, I don't know, 30-day shoot or something like that?
Yeah, it wasn't too long of one. Yeah, it was a quick one.
I've done a couple of those. It's work, man.
Yeah, those days are long.
Yeah, in a weird way, everyone should do it just to sort of get the experience of what that's like, because it's its own thing.
Yeah.
And you'll never, I don't know, maybe 21-day shoot, maybe a 19-day or something, but you'll never work more in 19 days than you do with one of those.
Yeah, the overtime you do just trying to get everything in, it's crazy.
And if you're writing it and sort of producing it and directing it, then that's a whole separate thing.
You're not
because
sleeping.
you're not sleeping.
Yeah.
So those guys. So David, you dated David back in the day?
No, I've never dated David.
You'd have to. Every single blonde, every blonde he dates.
I always say. I mean, as no one believes me.
Not with him.
No, I know.
Every blonde, you are so in his wheelhouse.
Of course.
It'd be impossible.
Of course.
It'd be impossible for you for him to not attempt to date you, at least. It's physically impossible.
He put me in Joe Dirt 2, my first movie, and he's just been like a mentor.
I would believe that if that were me. I'm virtuous. But
no one wants to believe that my mentor is David Spade.
Thin blondes.
Of course.
That's all I dated a tall, thin blonde. It was like, I dated David Spade before you. That's how it works. It's how it works.
No dating. Believe what you guys want, whatever you say.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, I'm not going to give you a hard time.
You can. I'm used to it.
American Giant. A lot of people want to have a new wardrobe for the new year, but a lot of stuff that looks good, well, it doesn't feel good, and it doesn't last. The American Giant Classic Full Zip Hoodie is made to last a lifetime, so you can count on it to bring comfort and warmth year after year. Now I'm wearing my American Giant flannel. Look at me. I look hot. You got to check it out. It really does. It's beautiful. It's thick. It's substantial. I do a lot throughout my day. An American Giant looks good, feels comfortable, and can handle all the activity. And I love this. It's all made in America. We should all support that. Come on now. So grab something built with the kind of quality you'll feel it for years and years and years, not months, years. It's American Giant. Right, Dawson?
This season, snag the hoodie that will bring you comfort for life, the American Giant Classic Full Zip, and save 20% off your first order at american-giant.com when you use code ADAM at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at american-giant.com, code ADAM.
American Financing. What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine having that extra cash in your pocket just in time for the holidays. If money's tight, groceries, gas, bills piling up, well, you're not alone. Most people put that on a credit card, and those have huge rates, and you don't want to pay those rates. I mean, it's insane, 20, even 30%. American Financing can help you use your home equity to pay off that debt. They offer rates as low as the low 5s, and salary-based mortgage consultants help to restructure your loan. No upfront fees. Customers' average savings is $800 a month. It's like putting an extra 10 grand in your pocket every year. It's like getting a raise, like a $10,000 raise without changing jobs. Am I right, Dawson?
Call now before it's too late. American Financing, 866-889-5154. That's 866-889-5154, or visit americanfinancing.net/Adam.
This would not be the David Spade I know.
Okay.
David, let me tell you something about guys. There are guys that are the lady killers out there in town, the hunky guys, the guys who are on the radar. And then there's the quiet guys who move in the shadows. Mm-hmm. That's David Spade.
Yeah.
And I've always said, because I knew a guy or two, I think when people think womanizer, they think of like big, strapping, hunky guy. But the cute guys quietly do better than the hunky guys.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And I want to explore that with you.
Okay.
Because I knew it. I had a roommate who was like cute little guy.
Okay.
And it was sort of, if you could go back to like Davy Jones from the Monkees. These were these guys were like 5'8" and 140-pound guys.
Yeah.
And we always thought you need the football hero or something, but it's not Gronkowski. That's not the guy who gets laid. It's the little cute guys that do it.
Yeah.
And I had this roommate that did that.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it because I'm 6'2" and I played football, and this guy's getting all the tail. Right. Yeah. What I play football for if you're going to just get all the tail.
Yeah.
So, but then I started to realize the little guys don't.
Wait, and you mean they're all short?
I just mean they're not big. They're not the Hemsworth brothers.
Okay.
When they make a movie about, and they need a guy who all the ladies love, they do a Hemsworth brother in a tank top, right?
Yeah.
But the reality is the littler guys, the cuter guys, the Smurfy guys, they get all the women.
They do.
And we don't notice it because they like slip, they're like cockroaches. They just slide in when you shut the line.
Yeah.
Right. And I started thinking about it, like, well, what is it? Because there's no male or female version of that. I mean, there's cute, there's Lisa Loeb cute kind of thing. But men are pretty consistent. Tall, blonde, big boobs, we're in.
Yeah. Okay.
Sofia Vergara,
of course,
we're down with that. Easy. And so what gives? Well, like for women, it's not all about the aesthetic. There's other things going on.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of an element of, I don't want to say danger, but the little guys don't pose a threat. They're physically, they can't really do anything to you, know? And I think it's a lot easier to hook up with a little guy because there isn't a fear factor. Like there isn't this guy come back with me and let's have some drinks in my apartment. The big dude, that can go south. The little guy doesn't have the threat factor. And thus, it's easier for him to get back with you. What do you think of that thought?
I don't know. I think like I've dated like a really short person before, and I feel like they were, I don't know, they have to compensate for.
Well, here's another thought.
Maybe
some women will go date guys that are sort of under their league and out of their league and lower, whatever, because that guy's never going anywhere. He's not gonna, you'll be in charge and he's not cheating. And whatever. And I have known a 6 foot tall, beautiful blonde who just dated kind of nebbishy guys. That's you.
Me.
And that's great. Like you take like big hunky dudes, and those dudes can hook up and stray, whereas this guy who's just lucky to be there is hanging on with both hands and very attentive.
Totally.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like that joke Crystal does, the dating down. Like I really connected with that.
Yeah, see, the problem I think women have the capacity to date down.
Yeah.
Whereas men are so into the aesthetic that we can't date down. Because the same rule would apply. Mm-hmm. Like if you said, well, Adam, why don't you just date that dumpy chick with the bad skin? Mm-hmm. She'll never leave you.
She'll never leave.
I'd go, but I don't want that.
Yeah.
Women can kind of go, all right, the guy's not the best looking guy, but I can put that aside.
Yeah.
We can't put it aside.
Yeah, we don't care about looks as much, I think, as guys do.
Yes, I guess.
And I feel like sometimes when guys lack in other areas, they're like really funny or they're really sweet or I don't know. But then some of them are all shitty too. Like I've dated down and they've cheated on me and So
yeah, well,
it's you just don't know.
Famously, and I'm looking into the booth because I can't remember her stupid name. Michelle Pfeiffer's husband. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name.
David E. Kelly.
No, Michelle Pfeiffer's husband, who took his name and flipped it around backward and forward or something like that. You'll know the actor. Yeah, not the new husband, the last husband.
Peter Horton.
Oh man, you suck. We talked about this before, and I put the pressure on Andrew because he knows all the actors. See, he's been on this show. I can't recall his name. He flipped his name backward and forward. You'll know, and it was Michelle Pfeiffer's husband. So now,
are they still together?
No. Well, then maybe they weren't married. Maybe they just lived together.
All I'm seeing is David E. Kelly and Peter Horton.
Well, don't put marriage then in, and then just put boyfriend. But I'm pretty... it's going to come up. I can't. Now, this kind of thing, I figured you'd know, Andrew, just off the top of your crown. And it's also weird. I live in a weird world where... All right. He's an actor. And they must... If they weren't married, I thought they were married. They must have just lived together and dated for a million years. Yeah. All right. Listen to what he says.
Oh, Fisher Stevens.
Right. Why is that not somewhere? I mean, why is that not on the internet?
They were not. They were not married. They were just boyfriend. I just went right to husband.
I don't know. I feel like I need a photo. I don't know who that
Fisher
is.
Stevens, but Fisher Stevens wasn't he Stephen Fisher or something like that? That's what I was saying. Like I've talked about this. Maybe not with you, Andrew, but I think Fisher Stevens swapped his Fisher Stevens for Stephen Fisher or something
Born
like
Stephen
that.
Fisher.
That's all right. I got as close as I could get, but I said husband. And the reason I said husband is because I think they cohabitated together.
Okay.
And they lived together, and they were together for a long period of time. He's from, he played the Indian guy. He's not even Indian in the Short Circuit movie.
Okay.
He's the Indian guy in Short Circuit.
Okay.
The Indian guy in Short Circuit lived with Michelle Pfeiffer when she was in her prime.
Oh, wow.
And allegedly cheated on her.
Oh, my gosh.
So
yes,
anyone
can
be cheated upon.
Totally.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've always been cheated on. I've never not been cheated on.
Never not.
Mm-mm. Not sure what that says about me.
Well, all right. Let me say this here's what I think. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about this before,
Totally.
but how long were Fisher Stevens and Michelle Pfeiffer together for? Okay. Yeah, he did brown face back. He played an Indian.
Okay, crazy.
Back when who cared?
Yeah.
But
wow.
He played an Indian guy, but they wouldn't let you do that anymore.
He went for it.
Oh, if you watch a clip of him from Short Circuit, it's like, oh, it is. I mean, it's funny to me, but to most, it's disturbing.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
All right, let's figure out you and cheating.
Okay.
Every time you say.
Yes.
Okay. How do you find out?
And I'm very anti going through phones. I don't go through people's phones. I respect everyone's privacy. It gets back to me.
It gets back to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girls like to tell.
Oh.
Girls like to tell girls,
ladies be shopping, but they be talking. They love it.
They love to talk.
They love it.
If I'm cheating with someone's boyfriend, I don't think I would tell them. I don't know. It's weird.
So here's my thing. They're together like 3 years. Fisher Stevens and Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay, so listen. I have a saying. It's called less history, more mystery. I am so not wanting to get involved with people's. Did you hear about? Did you find out?
Hate it.
Everyone says they hate it, and then they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they gossip. But all right, I mean it. I walk the walk, man.
Yeah.
When somebody says to me, did you hear on the whatever podcast what they were saying about you? I go, no. They go, I'll play you I go, I don't.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's not going to help. It's not going to hurt. It's not.
Yeah.
Does it make you money or does it make you happy? If you can't answer one of those two, then don't do it.
That's great.
I told that to somebody once. It like changed her life. She was a chick. She was like, I'm going to fire off an email. And I go,
no.
I said, Alice, I think it was, who was it? It wasn't Allison. I'm trying to think of who it was. I'll think of it. But I just said to her, does it make you money or does it make you happy?
Yeah.
And she said, no. And I said, then don't do it.
Yeah.
And I'd run into her like 10 years later and she'd say, I built my whole life around, does it make you money or does it make you happy?
True, though.
Right. So, all right. So, now, I have a theory.
Okay.
You get cheated on, and I've talked to beautiful women, and they're like, yeah, I got cheated on. And then our impulse as a male and as a society is we go, who would cheat on you? Why would I cheat on you? If I was with you, I would never cheat on you. But these are dudes who got you and who are in that world. Mm-hmm. They're playing like high stakes poker. They're not the dude. So the dude who has sort of the middle of the road, frumpy, whatever, normal girlfriend, that dude's not out there trying to slay world-class chicks all day. That's not his game.
Yeah.
He likes to settle in and hang out with that, you know? So while you would logically go, well, I could see myself cheating off of her because she's kind of dumpy and I'd like to get with somebody else. That's not that dude.
That's interesting.
The dudes you attract are dudes who are out there and playing they got the game. They got game. And so that game doesn't stop.
Once you get of course.
Right. So now you got this weird catch-22 built in, which is if he's out there fishing in this pond, even if he pulls up a nice trophy fish like you, not to equate you with a fish, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
his rod's going back in the water.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that long after he gets the trophy.
Yeah,
because that's who he is.
Yeah, I also feel there's a weird insecurity too. If I have dated down, they feel like they have to cheat because they don't feel enough. I don't know. I feel like anytime I feel I've been cheated, they were insecure that maybe I don't know. They got insecure with who they were and needed to seek validation from other people, maybe?
Well, there's also another thing that doesn't help your cause, which I realize.
My cause of cheating.
Women will be attracted to a guy based on other women he's attracted in the past or been with in the past. It's a kind of a Pete Davidson thing.
Okay.
Pete Davidson gets to go from one hot chick to the next hot chick because he got the first hot chick.
Yeah,
and they go, he dated Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it must be good enough for me.
Exactly.
Because that's how women are wired.
Okay.
Men, we wouldn't really care.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like, she dated this guy, so she,
If Roseanne Barr dated a Hemsworth brother, I'd just go, well, that seems weird, but it doesn't make me more attracted to Roseanne.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird.
It's weird.
But it's not like they'd break up and then I'd go, all right, I'm moving in on Roseanne. And then someone would go, why? And I go, because she dated the Hemsworth. It doesn't factor in.
Okay.
It does factor the other way.
Yeah.
So these guys, if they're dating you, could actually use that with the women who may not normally be attracted to that guy, but now he's with you and thus makes it easier to cheat.
1,000%.
You think so?
Thank you. I kind of like that. I'll take it.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Yeah, it's basically what Hunter Biden did with his artwork.
Perfect.
Like he's a shit artist, but his dad's the president, so I'll pay $500 grand for it.
Yeah, I love it.
They're using you.
Yeah, I'll take it. Whatever.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of the ultimate compliment.
Yeah. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about myself.
Feel better about yourself?
Thank you.
That wasn't my intention, but okay, fine. I think we have a caller.
Oh, I'm excited about a caller.
We're talking about taking a caller.
That's gonna be fun.
I think this is Cole, who's 29.
Great.
And maybe Charlotte has some words of wisdom.
Perfect.
Is Cole potted up? Okay, Cole.
I'm here.
All right, Cole.
Hi, Cole.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Great.
Good. You got a question?
So here's my question, and it's apropos with what you guys were just talking about.
Good.
I am a former Division I quarterback, right? When you're in that position, it's very easy to date.
Right.
Now I am not, and I'm a broke guy who lives at home with his parents. So, Charlotte, my question for you is, what would your advice be for someone in my predicament?
Okay, so you're living at home right now?
Yes.
That's a tough one. Okay. So are you saying, like, how should you go about it? Or, like, what exactly are you looking to...
Well, I mean, I guess there's several different avenues. The first one is, hey, dude, make more money and move out of your parents' house.
Yeah,
that might be Adam's note. However,
you got to look here. I think back on my days when I was broke, essentially, and single, and that was a pretty long period of time.
Okay.
And I would think back on myself as a loser.
Yeah.
But sometimes I realized I had hot girlfriends. I had to wait long periods of time in between them. But, like, I had models and strippers, and, like, I had hot girlfriends. Like, when I was driving a Zuzu Trooper and had roommates, and I was a carpenter. And you can do it.
It's possible.
You don't need money, but what you can't have is a handicap like living at home. I had roommates, which is not great, but that's tough.
Like, I date broke guys, but I don't think I want to go back to a guy's house whose parents are there. That just, like, kind of doesn't really...
I'll put it to you this way. There's certain things that are markers, positive and negative. You know what I mean? And let's just say... pulling up in a Ferrari and wearing a Rolex, that's one kind of marker. Yeah. And living at home, that's another kind of marker.
Yeah.
And even if your parents have a great home, and even if you have your own wing of the mansion, and even you're still living at home, bad marker.
Yeah, that's tough. I feel like my advice is get out of there as soon as humanly possible, work really hard. And try and find a nice girl who's open to that at the time. But I don't know many girls who are going to be down to, like, go to your parents' house. And you're 29?
I'm 29, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's a tricky one. But
well, just, the first off, you're going to turn 30 before the year's up. Get out of the house.
Get out of the house.
That's first and foremost. Now, here's the thing, too. Everything that gets you out of that house will be a move toward the light in dating, because it means you have to get a better job or a job at all and get your shit together and get some transportation together and it's not only just moving out of the house, it's all the stuff.
Everything that
goes along with that. Thank you, caller. Cole.
Thanks, Cole.
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Good luck with everything.
I don't think it's fair to have women like, the beautiful women just want the money.
It's not, and I don't like that, because I don't date, which is, I probably should, but I don't really go for guys with money. That's not really has ever been my thing.
I found in my single days, civilian days, when, like I said, I drove a truck. I was a carpenter. I was a boxing coach. I didn't have any money. I had, like, roommates and rented houses and stuff. But I was doing comedy, and I was, like, fun and whatever. It could be done. I definitely dated some very great-looking women, but you were never in total control. Like, at some point they would just kind of drift off because the roommates and the Zuzu Trooper and we're splitting a pizza tonight. That stuff doesn't add a lot of security.
Totally. And I think
to their life.
I think even the guys that are a little more broke, you just don't see much of a future with them. And you kind of just, like, have fun while you can, and then you're like, ugh.
I
need something.
I could definitely see how that would be. You wouldn't bet on me if we were, dating when I was 28 or 29. I don't think you'd think.
But if I really believed in someone and thought like they were working really hard and had a future, I do see that.
Yeah, I agree with
people.
I know. Look, I think if you are dating, Jim Morrison, and they're rehearsing, and it's before the Doors' first album comes out, or you're dating Kurt Cobain before Nirvana's first album comes out, but you're watching them practice, and you're going, this is really good. Like, and then they go, we're going to get an album in 6 months. You could go, okay, that's going to work. But comedy's weird. Comedy's just like open mics and sketch theater and stuff. Like, you can't really... I think probably the women I dated were probably like, he's funny, but I don't know, what's that? So what? Where's that going? Like, it's not like being in a killer band right before you guys explode. I guess you're right. You know?
It's such a slow burn, too, with comedy. I feel like it takes so long that you're just like... But I don't know. If you think someone's really funny, you really believe in them? I don't know.
Well, again, though, like, you think they're really funny.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of, like, how many people I think are really funny that are even making a living doing
totally. There's a ton of really funny people that are just,
you
know, haven't hit or won't hit.
I always say when people go, who's the funniest guy you know? I go, you don't know you don't know the name.
Yeah, right.
You think I'm going to go Jimmy Kimmel, you know, or whoever, but I'm not. Although I love Jimmy, but it's not the guy I'm thinking of. The guy I'm thinking of doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you don't know his name.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's true. And
that's what comedy is.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So broke guys,
I know. It's something I kind of need to work on.
Get away from that.
Well, but what would your advice to me be of, like maybe they'll get it together one day?
In my experience, people don't do a whole lot of changing.
Yeah, I agree.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
They're just sort of a package. And the package is like good stuff and then some stuff you don't like.
Yeah.
And the stuff you don't like rarely gets fixed or remedied, but also the good stuff is who they are as well. Yeah. You know? And I do have to say to people a lot, like people go, oh, this guy, what's up? He drives me nuts. I go, look, it's a package deal. He does this, he does that, he does the other thing, and you like all that stuff, and then there's this thing. Now, I wish he could fix that thing.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Yeah.
Because they're a package. Like everybody. But I think things, I guess, for women who are like having trouble with these guys, I think like old-fashioned dude, like guy into stuff. Like when you find a guy, like the guys I know that are into like rebuilding an old car and that kind of stuff, like putting stuff up, like handyman stuff, like kind of those. And maybe this is cathartic just because I'm into that shit. But those guys are like more solid.
Yeah, I like that.
The guys that wear boots and they don't need to wear boots.
Yeah, no boots. Or you don't do boots.
We're doing boots, but you don't use the boots.
Yeah,
you're just doing the boots, and you're going.
Please stop.
You're going to Nobu.
Yeah,
with the boots.
With the boots.
With the boots.
No boots.
Yeah, you need a steel shank and a steel toe, and you're going to Nobu.
Yeah,
you don't need the boots.
Calm down.
And like having a car that they appreciate and that works well, but not that sends a message. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I need this Lamborghini wrapped in this purple, whatever. Just a thing where you go, I have this car because it's a good car.
Yeah.
Even if I'm rich and even if it's a $100,000 car, it's still just a good car.
Yeah.
And also a car that they can take to the Home Depot whenever they want, leave it in the parking lot, and not worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm really just describing myself.
Okay. So you're perfect.
A guy has his own studio in the Glendale, Burbank area. That guy, kind of nappy puby hair. That guy.
Great car.
Dad used to play the trumpet.
Yes,
that kind of guy.
You need that.
You need that. No, I'm trying to. I've found that the work with the hands guys are much saner. Than the pie in the sky idea guys. The idea guys can be tough.
The idea guys are very tough.
They're in their head.
A lot of ideas.
They're in their head.
Yeah.
Versus the rolls up the sleeves, gets the hands dirty kind of guy. But you don't want to date a diesel mechanic.
No.
So now where are we at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you go, all right, you take a guy, forget about me.
Okay.
Take a guy like Nick Offerman.
Okay.
That guy is a creative and he's an actor and he does all this Parks and Rec and movies and everything, but then every chance he gets, he goes into a shop and he gets the tools out and he makes a canoe out of mahogany or something.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And I would say that's probably a solid. That guy's been married for 25 years.
Really? Okay.
Because when he's not on the set, he's in the shop. Then he has that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Mike Rowe type or something. Those guys are much more grounded, I think, than this guy's a producer, this guy's a director, this guy's a writer. Yeah. They're up in their head, and the up in their head guys, that's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You got to deal with the good, but there's a lot of stuff that comes along with that.
Yeah, and I feel like at least men nowadays, they just seek so much validation and dopamine and like a constant. Now with like social media, they constantly are like craving something.
Yes. Yeah, I would say stay away from the validation guys. Mm-hmm. Stay away. I'll tell you the other guys you got to watch out for a little bit. The guys whose moms babied them too much.
No,
when there's like, my precious angel
can
never do wrong.
I can't.
They're the worst fucking roommates in the world. I never dated those guys, but I've had them for roommates. They're the fucking worst.
That's the grossest.
They'll make the entire sink full of dishes, and then they'll just walk past it for 3 months because, like, you're supposed to clean it up. Everyone's their fucking mom. They are the worst. They have some weird expectation.
It's so gross.
No, you want.
I can't.
No, hates
voice.
Mama, low expectations, low self-esteem.
I want someone who hates their mother.
Bro, you're looking at him right here. Right here. I don't want to steer it back to me. Not a fan.
Not a fan of the mom.
She wasn't a fan of mine?
Great.
I'll do my own cooking.
Perfect.
Although I don't have to because Crystal cooks. But I will.
You will.
You want a little low self-esteem, and nothing sets the low self-esteem standard like mama not a fan of the son. When your mom's when your mom doesn't care, you're perfect.
You're
good
perfect.
And low. Good and low.
It's a good spot to be in.
Nothing's beneath you.
Yeah, I like that.
You just go, you can say to that guy, go take out the garbage and clean the gutters. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He'll take, mama who babied him? No way. He's got rules.
That's so
standards.
Funny. It's true.
Now, but I think in all seriousness, what you want is a guy who respects his mom and has a good relationship with his mom, but not one where mama treated him like a prince who could never do wrong. Those are the worst fucking guys in the world.
Worst.
Yeah.
The absolute worst.
Yeah. Like what you want is like, you go, how's your relationship with your mom? And the guy goes, it's okay. She's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We've had our issues, but she's fine. That's what you want.
Exactly.
Not too good, not too bad.
That's going to be my first question now on dates.
How's the mom?
Tell me about your mom.
Tell me about your mom.
Yeah.
What are you driving?
Yeah, what do you drive? What do you do with your hands?
Yeah, well, you can ask things like, I wonder, because that could go somewhere else. But you could go like, oh, man, I got to pick up a mop. Where's the closest Home Depot? If he goes, what the fuck do I know? No, get away from that guy. You want a guy who's been down that aisle a couple times.
That.
You know
Ask
what I mean?
where the Home Depot is. Okay.
Not that he works there. No, he's a contractor, but he should know. He should have a general idea.
Where the wood is. I like that.
All right, Charlotte. Let's see. Let's give you a plug. Facebook and Insta at Charlotte
Do
McKinney.
I have Facebook?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I just read what this says. Everyone under 40 has Facebook, don't they?
I guess. Maybe I have one.
The movie, the Untitled movie, perhaps?
Yeah.
With Theo and
it's
David.
called BusBoys.
Oh,
it has a
BusBoys.
name. Yeah.
Oh, BusBoys.
BusBoys,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, coming out soon enough.
Yeah.
I would say when it comes out, come back.
Yeah. No, totally.
We'll get all into it.
Yeah, I would love that. That'd be great.
All right. Great to talk to you again, my dear.
So much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. We'll
check Adam's voicemail.
Hey, Adam. This is Doug from Cincinnati. I just made a big batch of chicken paprikash. My wife loved it. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Let me tell you, people, you will not go wrong. I've never met a person that doesn't like chicken paprikash.
I need your recipe.
I force it on everyone I know.
Uh-huh.
And most things I do, people reject.
At first.
And yeah, eventually I get to them. But they mostly reject it. And everybody, even my kids when they were young, are just like, I love this. I love it. And so does everybody.
Okay.
So get into it.
Get the family recipe.
It's pretty... You can go online and get it. It's pretty basic stuff, but it's got to be traditional.
Okay.
And it's got to be, it does not get the tomatoes out of there. There are no tomatoes.
Okay.
There will be no place for tomatoes. We,
is
as
this like
Americans, we add tomato paste to everything. We turn everything to a fucking sloppy Joe. That's ugly American shit.
Okay, so is that like the chili debate of like beans or no beans in the chili? Is that the tomato paprikash thing?
For me, I like beans in my chili, but
Same.
if you're no bean in your chili,
Respect.
You're more into chili than I am, basically.
Yeah.
But, this is it's like saying, I like sex, but if we've been playing tennis, it's nice to take a shower before sex. And then some people go, we'll have sex right on the court. And I go, you're more into it than I am. But I'm not going to critique you. I respect you.
In a public place?
In the changing room at the club.
Okay.
The point is you are more into this
Yes.
than I, and the people that like chili with no beans are more into chili than I am. So I respect it.
Okay.
But the people that add tomato paste to chicken paprikash, you are ghouls.
Okay.
And you deserve no sympathy. No quarter for you.
No quarter.
All right. Speaking of that, deporting.
That's like two political words.
Deportation should be a word. It's the biggest problem we face is deportations.
It's like the two issues that like liberals love the most.
As one big issue. Yeah. Deportations.
Yep.
Deporting. I was trying to make my way through Burbank last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Friday. I was going through Burbank, and man, right smack dab in the middle of a Trump rally, but not a Trump rally. Sorry, a protest. And it was so. It's so. I think people go, well, who cares or whatever. I'm a person who watches bad TV more than I watch good TV, and I'm a person who watches commercials more than I watch regular
like
TV because I'm very interested in our society and like what we're doing, And I see 75 and 80-year-old people, women, just holding signs, and it's Friday, and it's like 1 and the sun's shining, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Like clearly you're old enough to be retired.
Oh, yeah.
Like, go enjoy the beach
but
or something.
Also, you're in Burbank. You know what I mean? There's nobody, you're not going to, I guess if somebody said to me, everything we do, like you think, you go, okay, then what's in it for you?
Mm-hmm.
Or how does this affect things?
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody said, well, you're just running on a treadmill for an hour a day. You go, yeah, but I'm burning some calories and getting in shape. You go, oh, okay. But you're not walking somewhere and getting water and like bringing it back. No, I know. That's probably, if you're moving, it's probably better to walk 2 miles to a well, get a bucket of water, and then walk back. But I got a treadmill. But either way, it's good. But what if someone said just go to the mailbox and check it and there's nothing in it ever? I'd go, I'm not going to do that. Because there's nothing, it doesn't affect anything. I don't get my mail. Yep. I don't get any exercise. I don't, it's a waste. And they'd go, let's go check the mailbox. How about you get some cardboard, you write Trump's a Nazi, you put it over your head, and you just walk in a circle off of like First and Olive for 3 hours. And then you fucking go home. There's nothing. You could never get me to do it.
Yeah.
But you know what else you couldn't get me to do? Like if you just said, take your trash can, dump it out on your floor, and then pick it back up again. I'd go, no, why not? I'd go, because it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it
and it'd
doesn't
be like,
make change.
But don't you hate Nazis? Well, yeah, but what's the stupid trap? How's this going to affect Nazis? Just do it.
Yep.
That's what this is. I filmed it from the car. It's only 10 seconds long, but they're out there. They're making noise. They're holding up the signs, and they're all in their 80s, and nobody cares. And then Andrew was telling me, and they have these stupid Nazi signs all the time, which, by the way, that's yes.
Ice out. Eyes Out is their new thing. That's the pins that they were wearing. I bet you we're going to see a lot of those pins at the Grammys this weekend.
Cannot wait. Because celebrities always get it right. They always get it right. But Andrew was telling me who's down at getting his oil changed at the Valvoline place, and these poor guys got to work at the thing, and everyone's honking. They're honking the whole fucking time, and it fucks them up because they have to sit there and work with the open door, and they're honking the whole time.
You mean the likely immigrant minority workers have to deal with the privileged white people that probably went to Stanford?
Yes. Now,
what else is new?
Let me explain this to all the idiot politicians and all the asshole citizens who do the Gestapo and the Nazi and all the references to Hitler and all that, whether it's Tim Walz and his Anne Frank thing or just a citizen who does it. Listen to me. They go, I'm not asking anybody to pick up arms and shoot anybody or do anything to Stephen Miller or Tom Homan or Donald Trump or anybody. I'm just calling him a Nazi. Okay, here's the thing. If some brave German soldier, lieutenant, let's say circa 1941, put on an explosive vest, had a meeting with Hitler, and blew himself up and Hitler up in 1941, there would be statues, memorials, and parks to that guy with his name on it all through Europe and all through the United States. And he would be a goddamn hero. So if killing Hitler makes you a hero, and by the way, we wouldn't argue with it. We'd go, thank God for... Thank God.
And turns out there have been movies made about the men who made that attempt to kill Hitler.
Valkyrie.
That were in the ring.
Yeah, but we'd all know the name of Helmut Schmidt.
Yeah.
We would all know the name of Helmut Schmidt, and they would teach about Helmut Schmidt, the man who blew up the Fuhrer and himself.
Yeah.
He would be taught alongside Martin Luther King and Abraham Lincoln, and there would be memorials to that guy everywhere, including Germany. We would all know the name of Helmut Schmidt. Okay. So doing that math, then calling Trump Hitler or calling Tom Homan Hitler or a Nazi.
Or let's go to the most real incident of this being the case, Charlie Kirk.
Right. Okay. Well, then if you call someone a Nazi and then you kill a Nazi, then you should join the pantheon of Helmut Schmidt as a hero. And that's what you are asking for when you use this language. Retarded politicians like Gavin Newsom and all you idiots on the left who do this all the time. Like, I like to cool the temperature down. Hitler. I'd like to just, hey, we're all Americans. Nazi. Look, we all have families. We love Gestapo, baby killers, and concentration camps. Let's just bring down the rhetoric a little bit, Heimler.
There's even like all this week, Tim Walz was on a podcast where the host was talking about like, oh yeah, I think that Stephen Miller needs to be tried and go to prison.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so you're saying that he's a criminal.
Right, yeah.
So if he's a criminal that's in the White House, then of course, like, people should be outraged.
Oh, he shouldn't be tried here. We send him to The Hague and let an international tribunal take him down, and then we'll hang them.
Mark Ruffalo would probably be pro that.
He'd be at The Hague. He'd be at the Hague Hilton.
The Hague Hilton?
He'd check into the Hilton Hague, or the Hague Hilton. I've been there. It's got a good continental breakfast. You been to the Hilton at The Hague? Been to the Hague Hilton?
No, I haven't.
Oh, man. The Hague Hilton. I've been down there, covered, tribunals every once in a while.
From time to time?
Yeah, people know that about me. I like vintage Datsuns and war tribunals. And, I don't know people who live anywhere around The Hague, so I'll stay at the Hilton Hague. You know what I mean?
Use those points.
I'll get Hilton Hague points.
Hilton Hague honor points.
Yeah, and they do I know it sounds nuts, but they do a poached egg, which I call a poached hag, which is like a sandwich, but it's like European.
Why did you say that as I was taking a sip?
You have not done the Hilton Hague egg sandwich?
No.
Oh, shame on you.
No.
Yeah.
I need to.
Yeah, you haven't gotten around.
Group retreat.
Yeah, so
we'll
anyway.
Go cover Stephen Miller's
Ruffalo would
case.
be checked in for an extended time at the Hilton Hague.
He'd be so excited. It's like he's up there with the people, and I mean, Tim Walz and others have said it's like international law. International law.
Right. So you assholes are going to get people killed because you won't stop with the Nazi references.
Or at the very least, pepper sprayed and tear gassed and maybe arrested and spending a night or a week in jail.
What is the...
They love it, though.
Could I Airbnb a place by the Hague?
Oh, I bet you we could. We could.
They have like an Airbnb Hague?
I have the app.
See if there's an Airbnb Hague. Like if I want to get down to the Hague and bring a few buddies, and maybe me and Ruffalo can go there and play like Connect 4 or something at night after the proceedings.
After the proceedings.
Right. What's the closest I can get to the Hague with an Airbnb? And what is the closest? The Hilton Hague, I need a place walking distance to the Hague.
Oh, to it? So we're going to have to search by the app. How many friends are we bringing? Just you and Mark Ruffalo?
Just me and Ruffalo are going to the Hague.
Okay, so 2. Mm-hmm. Oh. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. You got a lot of options.
I got a lot of Hague-related options?
You do. I mean, only for a couple $100 a night.
Oh,
do you want to splurge and see what the one that's $458 is?
Ruffalo needs a fire pit.
Oh.
All right. Any place with a fire pit?
To burn the Constitution?
He just needs a fire. I don't know. He's just one of these actor guys.
This one has a garden.
Okay.
You could take a nice soak in that bath.
We could.
Together.
Mark likes a soak.
I'm sure he does.
You know what he likes most after a nice chat by the fire pit?
Oh, no.
Good soak. We'll do a soak at the Hague.
You could probably get a private chef to make you your Hague egg.
We could do the Hague egg.
Yeah.
Have our Airbnb Hague.
You could make the egg on an egg at the Hague.
Oh, now you sound like green eggs and ham,
I know.
don't you?
It's because it's the mom and me.
I don't even know. What is the closest big city to the Hague? I don't even know.
That's a good question.
Is it like in Switzerland?
No, Netherlands.
Netherlands?
It's in the Netherlands. I knew that.
It's in the Netherlands. Okay.
But I don't know the closest city.
I thought it was Netherlands, and I thought maybe Switzerland because they're always neutral.
It's Amsterdam.
It is.
Amsterdam's this is getting better by the second. What's it? Because I like to spend time in the red light district, and so does Mark. And they don't do proceedings on like Saturdays and Sundays, you know? How far could we get? Let's see. It should be noted that Valkyrie, hold on. Rotterdam is closest. That's the closest city to The Hague.
Okay.
How far is Rotterdam at? And how's their red light scene?
I bet you'd have to make a connection like LAX, Amsterdam, Rotterdam.
They got a robust rail system over there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We could ride our bikes.
It's that socialist country,
hop
man.
a train, be in Rotterdam in no time at all.
Can I just come along, not for the red light part or the sleeping and soaking together, but for the tulips?
Oh, there's a pancake cruise?
Oh, damn.
From The Hague, or is that Rotterdam? Mark loves...
That's Rotterdam.
Okay, here's all I know about Mark Ruffalo.
Uh-huh.
As much as he hates Trump, he loves pancakes and cruising.
I mean, who doesn't?
You know that?
People who like pancakes that much, though, might be Nazis.
His thing, he said to me, you pick out the place. It's got to have a fire pit. We need a soaking tub built for 2, and I need pancakes on the river.
Okay.
So I think we're pretty covered. Now, how far is Rotterdam from The Hague?
About 5 kilometers.
Oh, well, shit. That's like
3.2 miles.
3.2 miles. That's nothing. Thanks for the metric
How to
conversion.
tell Alicia's run 5K before.
That is a serious, that's walkable.
Yeah.
And then how far is Amsterdam? Because, we like to blow a little steam off at the red light district as well. So we're going to figure that out. I love that
we're actually looking this up.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing is that far there.
Oh.
That's like how long it would take us to drive from here to downtown LA at this point.
Oh, that's
50 minutes.
All right. So we're either going to go to the Hague Hilton or we're going to go to an Airbnb by the Hague. But either way, when they bring Stephen Miller in there, me and Mark are going to be ready for it.
All right. Mm-hmm. Now I'm coming up with you could have an apartment in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm. We'll keep a place there.
Yeah. Or a room in Rotterdam.
Yeah. room in Rotterdam, an apartment in Amsterdam.
The egg cake, though, is the best one, though.
All right, what do we got with the news?
Well, speaking of people within the Trump administration, Donald Trump has signed an executive order for the feds to take over LA's current nightmare situation to rebuild and boost huge home opportunities to hopefully help rebuild. He actually, this story came out earlier today, and this is from just a few minutes ago, talking about it. He kind of lambasts, rightfully so, Gavin Newsom and Mayor Bass here.
It happened, but we got it all done in 20 days, the whole place. And yet now, still, more than a year later, they don't have permits. Almost nobody is building. So I haven't told this to Lee Zeldin yet, but I'm going to put you in charge of getting permits. I think we're going to override the local authorities because they're never going to have it. And when I was told that there's a provision where you can override the local authority to get things done, because it's really, to me, it's a national emergency. What they've done to these people is horrible. It's just horrible. And they'll still vote Democrat. Can you believe it? After all, it's just, they get used to it. Although I must say we converted many. We'll probably convert a lot more. But I just want them to get into their houses. And I don't want a big section of the area built into low-income housing. They want to put low-income housing right smack in the middle of it. And that's not the American dream, you know? You didn't do that. And low-income housing is great. I built a lot of low-income housing, but you don't put it there. This is one of the richest neighborhoods in the world, and we're going to let those people. And I recommended strongly that everybody gets the approval, immediate approval to build a house, and you give them a 10% bonus so they can build a house 10% larger than they had before if they want, for all the suffering they've been caused.
All right, you can pause it for a second. So LA, here's basically LA and California sort of in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. If you want to know, like, what is your relationship with the government like? Okay, the relationship is they will completely screw the pooch in terms of fire prevention. Mm-hmm. They will not manage the forest. They will have an empty aqueduct and will have dry fire hydrants and will cut back on staffing for the fire department. And we will mismanage the whole thing to the point where huge swaths of the city get burned to the ground. Okay, that's the first part.
Yep.
In terms of politics in LA and who we're dealing with. Second part is then when it comes to rebuilding, we'll not expedite anything. We'll be overly stringent about every permit, and there's going to be tons of red tape, and you'll not be able to rebuild. Now, to me, I don't know what gets worse than that, because it needs to be one or the other. It needs to be either, look, we're a little tough in the permitting, but we are so well planned out in fire preventions, you're never going to need to rebuild.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got you.
Or it could be, listen, we are irresponsible, drunken sailors when it comes to fire prevention, but if you need a permit, walk in and get it yourself, because we're super unresponsible with that, irresponsible with that. Okay, so, but what they are is super horrible when it comes to any sort of infrastructure and maintenance, and then super over the top, over officious about permits and everything else, which is now lose-lose. And to be fair, they can't help it. That's who they are.
Well, because they can't admit that the policies that they currently have in place have been utter failures.
Yes.
So they just keep repeating the failure because they know that they will always have this core group of really stupid people, mostly made up of billionaires and celebrities, that perpetuate and keep them in power.
Yes.
And for the people, because I know that this was something that he's been getting hit back on social media. I'm the nerd that went to the White House website to actually read the executive order. And like he mentions briefly there is actually, when it comes to his power under the executive branch, his declaration of a major disaster for the state of California is allowed. It's immediate and decisive federal action that's required to ensure that the federal disaster assistance is delivered and utilized swiftly. So we'll see what the courts maybe decide the definition of swiftly is, effectively and without obstruction by state and local governments to accomplish the purposes for which it's allocated. The policy is to make sure that those federally funded reconstruction programs happen quickly at maximum speed. Once again, talking about without obstruction by state and local governments. I really actually think here a lot of these families in Altadena and in the Palisades should sue the city and local government for all of the permit holdups here.
Yeah, and What I want to say to the city, Karen Bass, who is a horrible, horrible mayor, and then what I like to say to Gavin Newsom's a horrible governor, is I think the same thing Trump would say, and the same thing I've had this conversation with many people in my life. I wish we didn't have to do this. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do this. You could have done it. We could have done it. You could have permitted it.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. You could have let this happen, but you didn't. And you're totally incompetent. Yeah. And it's over a year now. So unfortunately, we must get involved in something that I'm sure Trump would rather worry about Greenland or Venezuela or any other thing.
Iran
or anything but this.
Interest rates.
But nothing. But he must, because you guys are incompetent. And I know you're angry, mostly because you're being shamed. But he didn't want any of this, just like we didn't want any of this in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We wanted to take illegals who were criminals and remove them from the country, but you guys wouldn't let that happen. And now there's this.
I think the best part of this whole executive order is literally the preemption of state and local permitting processes.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, no, we're not dealing with this bullshit. Let these people rebuild. Why is the state and local municipalities holding them up so much? It's crazy. And I love Lee Zeldin. I love it that he's on the case now. That's awesome.
Me too. Because I'll tell you what, this is an opportunity for them. And when I say them, I mean California politicians and LA politicians. They will not let this go by. Mm-hmm. Just like COVID was the greatest gift ever. You mean I get to make rules now? Yes. You mean I can tell people to stay in their house by just swiping my pen across a piece of paper? That's right. You can keep people locked up in their house. And how about shutting schools? Yes, you can do that too. How about shutting churches? All right, you can do that. How about, what if you canceled Laker games? Could you do that? I could do that. All of a sudden, they're drunk with fucking power.
Yeah.
And that's not the relationship we want with the government. But for some reason, people on the left want that and love it. I mean, it's on my mind, and so I'm going to bring it up, Andrew, because I'm going to go do Bill Maher's podcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
A little bit later today. But, and I will bring this up because the spokesperson for this is basically Jane Fonda. And when Bill Maher said, what I'm saying is the left at its worst is Jane Fonda. Mm-hmm. That's every bad idea on the left. And when Bill Maher said to Jane Fonda, and this was before the fires, I do believe you can check the date, but he wasn't referring to the fires. He just said there's too much regulation in California, and she just went, I don't think there's enough. And I that's who these people are.
Which is so funny because they're also the my body, my choice assholes.
Right. But not your property.
Not about your property, not about, vaccinating your children, not about the education of your children, not about a small business, not about a permit to rebuild.
No, here's how it works. Her body is her property, but your property is the state's property. Your property's not your property, but Jane Fonda's body's her property.
Okay.
That's the logic.
But my property isn't my property.
That is not your property. This is before the fire. Okay, wow. So before the fire, he just said there's too many permits. Mm-hmm. And too much red tape, too much. And
he stated the obvious.
Yeah, she's like, not enough. He didn't say permits, sorry, but we'll play. Or it'll take a second. But the point is this. They get, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a feminine thing. Permitting is you have to go in and ask permission of them to do something.
Yeah. And
they get an adrenaline surge.
They love it.
Their nipples get hard when you go in there and go, could I have permission to do something? They go, oh, not so fast.
No, I think they like to hold the keys.
Right. They hold the keys. Mm-hmm. So COVID was great because they all dove on it because they love big government and they love shutting beaches and they love telling you what to do. And by the way, the less it made sense, the better for them because that's more control. And this is you having to ask them permission to build stuff and they go, ooh, not so fast. True work. Winter job sites. Don't mess around. Oh, man, especially back east. You feeling it these days? Freezing mornings, wet conditions, wind that cuts right through that cheap gear. True Work builds performance workwear like it matters because it does. What I like about this brand is that it's made by a trade professional who knows what you need because he's been there. Every piece is tested on real job sites before it ever goes to market. Designed with moisture-wicking, wind-resistant fabrics that keep you comfortable and mobile all day. These are electricians, plumbers, and contractors working through brutal winters who have tested it all out. I really love their tech flannel work shirts, especially this time of year when it's cold outside. It's true work, right, Dawson?
Don't let cheap work gear slow you down this winter. Upgrade your day with workwear built like it matters. Get 15% off your first order at truework.com with code ACS. That's TRUEWERK.com.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
What? This is the mindset.
Free.
This is the mantra.
Free.
This is the mindset.
With movies like Joe Dirt, Pixels, and 50 First Dates. This is awesome. And TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts. Pluto TV is always free.
Huzzah!
Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
You're welcome.
All right, here it is.
Doesn't like regulations. Well, we live in a soup of toxic chemicals. If we don't regulate it, we're all going to die of cancer.
That's true.
And he doesn't do anything.
There's also many regulations that aren't necessary, that aren't. I mean, you really don't believe that the state we live in, California, is lacking regulation. There's over 300,000 regulations. I mean,
Well, maybe they're needed.
They're not. When I tried to put in a garage door, I had to have 3 inspections. There should have been none. I should be allowed to change my garage door.
Are you kidding? Really? It was about a garage door?
She's dumb, too.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is...
No, you know this.
She has her people do those things.
No, I don't.
Well,
run
sorry,
it back
I don't.
10 seconds. Sorry. She's such a pompous douche, by the way, but sorry, go ahead.
They're not. When I tried to put in a garage door, I had to have 3 inspections. There should have been none. I should be allowed to change my garage door.
Are you kidding? Really? It was about a garage door?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is...
No, you know this about California. Come on.
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry. I don't.
You don't? You've never heard that California is overtaxed and overregulated? That we are a one-party state where there's sort of no checks on that sort of extreme leftism. And that, what do you think?
I don't for a minute consider California a state that is extreme leftist. Not at all, not any way.
Well, that shows where your politics are. That's not where mine are.
Yeah, people get to drive cars, so if we were extreme, she had it her way, she'd confiscate the cars and the property, not hers.
You and I are clearly on the right? And if somebody was like, Oklahoma ain't a red state, I'd be like, heck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that is insanity. She's so out of touch in her own little bubble.
She wants more regulation. She doesn't think we have enough regulation.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the problem here, people. And yes, sorry if we're shaming you, Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom, but you guys are feckless. You don't get anything done, or worse, you don't want anything done.
Mm-hmm.
But Karen Bass doesn't know how to do anything. I've explained this a million times. If somebody, everyone imagine this, when we're talking about the rail that's going to go along the 405 and join the west side with the east side and alleviate all the traffic going through the Sepulveda Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Our current administration, Karen Bass and all the city council people, have no ability to do that.
Make it happen.
They have no ability. But why? Here's my whole point. Why should they? They don't do that. You know what I mean? Now, if you said...
It's true, they've never built something specifically in the private sector.
Who's going to do this? And I'd go, I got Rick Caruso, Elon Musk, and Trump. They're going to do it. I'd go, oh, good.
Yeah.
It'll get done.
They've all built things before.
They've all built things before. So they not only don't necessarily want it, they have no idea how to go about it. Karen Bass never built a thing. She's going back and forth to Cuba and Ghana. She doesn't do anything. So she doesn't, and also she doesn't have an interest in it for some reason. And what I'm saying is I like building, so I have an interest in building. But if you like baking and I have no interest in baking, then no, I'm not going to think about how to facilitate and expedite. I'm not interested.
Well, because she had, once again, this circles back to they don't have to because they can continue to get away with it.
Yes.
So they will focus on the things that they think, which is, oh my God, ICE went to the soccer field and scared little children while rounding up their parents.
Right. So
that's the stuff they're going to focus on and spend all the hours of the day on, not minimizing traffic and helping emissions.
Right. So Trump is going to now shame them by doing this.
I love it.
And they're going to get super angry.
I can't wait to see an update like 30, 90, 120 days of how many permits have actually been approved and how much is actually moving forward now that this is going to happen. But you know that Newsom and Bass are probably going to push it and fight it.
Well, you know, the funny thing about Bass and Newsom is it's sort of like everything Trump wants, like lower gas prices and close the border. It's like somebody saying, listen, taco truck pulled up in front of the house, and this guy wants to give us free tacos, so I'm going to go get rid of him. And I go, no, I want it. It's not going to pull any taco truck on my street. And I go, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
No, not on my watch. And then you go out and start yelling at the guy, and I'm like standing behind him going, I like tacos. I want tacos. I want
extra
cheaper
guac.
gas. I want to expedite the permit process. I want the illegal criminals taken out of LA. And I know you're going to fight Trump, but this is shit I would like. I would think most people would like an expedited permit process.
I mean, I think a couple of Republican candidates, including Steve Hilton, are running on like the cheaper fuel. Because turns out most people in California, not just Los Angeles, but in California have to commute more than 30 miles one way to their job. And so when you're a day worker or you're a small business owner, I mean, of course, costs like fuel are something that cut into your bottom line all the time.
You picture, I'll give you an example. All of the guys who are working in Malibu, now there's no working going on where they're building family homes. They're tearing up PCH and laying power lines and digging whatever. All right. But there's tons and tons of workers. They are mostly all Hispanic. I guarantee not a one of them lives in Malibu.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
Even the white workers in Malibu do not live in Malibu.
No.
There's something, Pepperdine did a study. There's a business department. It was like Public Policy Center and Business Development Department did a study post the fires of how negatively it affected the Malibu economy. And of the I'm like rounding numbers here, but like of the 3,000 people that actually have jobs in Malibu, something like 2,600 of them commute from the Valley or South LA.
Yeah, if you go to a nice restaurant in Malibu and the Mexican busboys clean the table off, it's not like you're like, I live next to David Geffen's place down on Moonlight Drive.
Me and Barbara Streisand are neighbors.
No, they're driving back to Pacoima. So every single dude who's working on PCH in Malibu, not one of them, and I'm not making an exaggeration, I'm saying zero, live in Malibu. Most drive trucks, and certainly the equipment and the trucks, and they're hauling stuff, and they have trailers and everything like that.
They're getting 12 miles a gallon.
At best. At best. And they all live on the other side of the hill. Could be Sun Valley, could be Pacoima, could be Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks, whatever. They're going over the hill. Most all the Mexicans who are doing all the work live in that area. So they got a long haul in and a long haul back, and gas is $5 a gallon, and they're getting 9 miles a gallon, and it's tough. And it's affecting them. It does not affect me. I make a ton of money, and it's just not a big deal. It's not.
You're not looking at your fuel budget every month, like I think not just Californians, but the average American is.
If you wanted to help the average lower income or middle class Los Angelino or Californian, you would lower the price of gas.
Absolutely.
At 1,000%. And like a dozen eggs going from $4 a carton to $2.89, that's fine. But the gas is a lot.
Every single day.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so this is kind of crazy and scary, and Ilhan Omar, as much as I dislike her, did not deserve to be attacked at this event and needs a new security team. But did you see this video?
I did.
We have some video here of chaos erupting at a Minnesota town hall where Representative Ilhan Omar was speaking. A man rushed up to the podium and squirted her with, at the time when this TMZ report came out, was an unknown substance. But it, thank God, we found out it was apple cider, like it wasn't acid or anything like that. So let's take a look.
Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Resign? Whoa.
I don't know.
By the way, I'm most fascinated in the women who always stand around going, "Oh my God! Oh my God!"
The reaction.
What is happening? And then they start narrating. Hey, a guy stood up and he made stuff and he sprayed. Yes, bitch. Yes, we were all here. We
saw it with our own eyes.
What's going on? It's like, okay.
I love it when women are like, "Did you see that?
Did you see? What's happening?
Did you see that?" So, that is a very large security guy. She needs to have security, like on where that guy is with the blue sweater vest on. She should have had security there. The moment that guy stands up, that security guy should have tackled him. He was too far away.
Ilhan chases the guy.
Good for her. I would have done the same thing.
She's feisty, that one.
If somebody attacks me, my reaction is to respond in kind. It's probably stupid. That's why I need a gun, because that guy could take me.
A big dude starts spraying stuff on me, I would go the other direction, I would think.
Well, he was kind of running away. It was like a walk.
Her instinct was to move toward him.
Yeah.
Though, so she's aggressive.
She's like, bring it. Also, that gal, she has some other stuff happening. Apparently, her husband's wine company, according to reports, like there is no winery. Their social media hasn't been engaged since like 2023, but somehow their financial holdings have like quadrupled over the last year, from like 5 million to roughly 30 million.
Yes.
So anyway, but then liberals are like, oh, under the Biden DOJ, they investigated her when it came to Somali fraud, and then they stopped the investigation because they didn't find anything. And I'm like, maybe they didn't find anything because Tim Walz and liberal prosecutors within Minnesota were like, nothing to see here.
Yeah, they're protecting their own, for sure. Apple cider vinegar.
It was apple cider vinegar?
Apple cider vinegar. It wasn't my thought.
Yeah.
But others have floated it. And here's the problem.
Conspiracy theories?
Well, let me explain something. It's sort of like cheating. If a guy gets busted for cheating and then you go to therapy and it's good, it's always on the table. And then he comes home and you're like, geez, your bowling night went a little bit late. Yeah, well, we played some extra frames. Geez, 12:30 at night, huh? You guys usually wrap up about 9. Yeah, we went extra. And then you go, called you a couple times. You didn't pick up the phone. Well, I had it on the airplane mode. You go, okay. Now, it's because he cheated. Now, it's always kind of in question, right? And with all the sort of race-based hoaxes of the last decade.
Now we see that.
Well, there was a time when if I saw something like this and somebody brought it up and said, like, you think this could be staged? I'd go, no.
Well, especially because
not. Now I go,
everything's on the table.
You think he's cheating? There's probably bowling, but he did do it before.
Especially because most of the time these attacks, this happened to my old colleague Michael Knowles at the Daily Wire. He was at a campus event and somebody threw a liquid on him, which thank God turned out to be nothing. I think it was dish soap and something else. But these attacks occur more from the left on the right versus when's the last time that a leftist politician was assaulted or yelled at in this way?
Right.
It never happened. Like most stable-minded conservatives or libertarians are not like, I'm going to go to that Ilhan Omar thing. So I get it. I get the seeds of doubt that are there that can be watered by all of the other conspiracies and all of the other lies that we've been told by those in authority that would make people jump to this was staged. But
yeah, don't know. Just saying. Also, she wanted to carry on, which I kind of like, but if you had unknown substance sprayed on you...
I bet you she could smell it was apple cider vinegar. It has a very strong smell.
I guess, but in a weird way... You would probably say...
I would stop to be like, am I okay?
You would go, look. I think I'm okay. Let me go to the bathroom and wash up and kind of talk to my people and see if we can get our heads wrapped around this, and we'll just adjourn for 5 minutes.
Let's see what was in the bottle. Let's do like a little swab test like TSA agents do whenever I carry breast milk on the plane.
Yeah.
You can tell if it's dangerous or not.
See, I'm a weirdo, and that I would probably not want to go to the doctor or have it myself checked or anything. I'd just go, I think I'm okay. It feels good or whatever. But I would definitely go, I don't know if this is goat piss or I don't know what this is. So I'm like,
go wash your hands or something.
I'm going to go wash up. And then if I feel good, we'll just come back and pick this up.
Yeah.
All right.
I get that.
You get it. All right, let's see how we're doing on time here, Andrews. All right, we're kind of running up against it.
Oh, no.
I know. It flies by with you, man.
When we're having fun.
Me and Ruffalo at the Hague, man. I'm dreaming about that right now. Both sitting there with our earpiece in because they got a translator. And then at a certain point, Mark says to me, this is all English because Stephen Miller's English as attorney. I know, but I like the look of the ear thing with the translator.
Would you bring over Andrew and like Dawson and the whole crew like to document it too?
I would, but Mark specifically said he did not want that.
Oh, I bet you it's because he's going to document it.
He said it's not a 4-man tub, bro. To quote him.
Does he like the Epsom salts or the bubbles in the bath?
I didn't get into that.
Yeah. Just pack both.
I'm going to bring both because I may need to take what they call sitz bath after he's done with me.
Oh, God.
Know what I'm talking about.
I do. It's post home birth PTSD just struck.
This is a little different, but you know where I'm going. All right. Let's see. Tonight, Rodney's doing a live podcast with Anthony Scaramucci, and Kyle Dunnigan's going to be there. And then I'm doing stand-up show after that with Craig Robinson, and that's at Rodney's in New York City. D.C., I would say first show is sold out.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. At the Trump Kennedy Center. But the 9 o'clock show, there's some tickets left.
Cool.
So I hear. So you can go to AdamCarolla.com for all that. Charlotte McKinney.